people are wondering, to oversee what electricity company precisely? Is it the one that is giving us epileptic power supply, or which one are we exactly looking at? What are your thoughts in that regard?
Regrettably, a few months ago, and I think sometimes last year and early this year, Bayelsa State was in total darkness, or simply put, abject darkness for a period of 4 to 5 months. Not even a blink of the national grid was made available. And the governor met with critical stakeholders of the state, and he did tell them very clearly.
4 to 5 months?
Yes, zero.
That's a long time.
Zero, because the state
It had to take up to 4 to 5 months before the governor intervened?
No, not before. Whereas that was ongoing, the governor had to sit with critical stakeholders who worked out a model to see that we do something necessary to revamp the situation. And we are giving special kudos and thanks to Mr. President for letting state governors to also to take up responsibility in terms of, handling matters of energy generation, removing it from the exclusive list and making state to legislate on that. In Bayelsa State, during that course, we reached an agreement with the people. And what has happened today, as we're speaking, is that the Bayelsa State government went out of this country and discussed with critical power generating organizations and agencies. And he came back here with the company. And as I'm talking to you now, Bayelsa State is going to be the first state in this country that is going to have 24/7 uninterrupted power supply by December. This is a global platform. I'm saying it in very clear terms. Bayelsa State is going to be the first state in this country that is going to have 24/7 uninterrupted power generation in Nigeria.
You mean the whole state?
The whole state, because not the state capital.
There are already areas that have...
just yesterday, remember, Bayelsa State is a small state in terms of, demography and all of that, though we know much of the states geographically is waterlogged, but notwithstanding, we understand we have just 8 local government areas in Bayelsa State. The 2 turbines, the twin 60 megawatts turbine were brought in yesterday. The company engineers have been on ground preparing the platforms that will house it, and these twin turbines are just plug and go. They arrived yesterday, so coincidentally, I am here on platform to let the world understand that Bayelsans at home and in diaspora, the promise of the governor has not just been kept. Because come December, we're saying December because it's not going to be December properly. Before December, and let's just agree, because the governor said December, before the ending of December, Bayelsa State is going to use an uninterrupted power generation. And this is fantastic. The reason we are going for that is not just to have light. Remember, in Bayelsa State, the government has been pushing, for the building of a new middle class, young entrepreneurs. We will build capacity in our young folks because we're trying to diversify the idea of let's go and get paper education or certificate education to that of going for innovations, technical education. And most of our young folks have been trained in different trades and technical innovations. What we need life for, power for, is to power these ideas, this critical thinking, so that young folks can get, money on the table, be employers of labor, and drive a new IGR for the state. In Bayelsa State, that is the dream of the governor. And of course, we can say yesterday there was jubilation in the whole of Yenagoa, and I can tell you for free that even the adjoining communities of the state capital, whoever hears the story today as we're talking, he will continue to celebrate because a wonderful thing is happening in Bayelsa State.